Okay, we can rest assured now. All right, so LASX.
So in this case, the only thing that he did when you were not here is just press live.
Okay.
And if you see black, it's because this one is in, so just take it out.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you click live, you see nothing. Well, yeah. That's probably just because this is in. So that happens all the. I just get phone calls about it constantly.
Oh my god.
No, you seriously.
Sucks.
Okay, so a few things. Autofocus button
Sorry, where was the autofocus button?
here.
There.
Okay.
So basically, it's going to do a little Z-stack to find the focal position where it thinks everything's in focus.
So that's great for something fairly planar, but what about something that has like a three-dimensionality to it, like a worm?
You can do it. I'll show you how. That's where EDOF comes into play.
Where what is?
Extended depth of field, where
Okay.
it's going to look through Z-stack, and then at each XY position, it's going to try and assign the correct pixel that's in focus through the Z-stack. So, you know, on the left side it may be the third Z-stack, on the right it may be the seventh.
Yeah, it depends on where you're focusing on.
Right.
So for example, now if you click out of focus,
Yeah, let's try. We should
and
see
then
that.
the light intensity is something that you play with, it's manual.
Yeah, I'm going to get into a little detail there. No, it's not.
Okay.
Is that in focus in your eyepiece?
Yes. And I can show you that it can be better because
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's better.
But she's doing that manually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I stopped live. I think there's some settings for this autofocus where you define how far it's going to go, so we'll mess around with that. What was I going to say, though? Okay, well, before we get into all these details, let's just go through this. So these are the acquisition settings, X, Y, Z, and T. Now, there's no XY control on the scope, so really nothing to be concerned about here. Z, we do have control of, and T is for time, so that's to do a time series. These are really the camera settings here. I'm going to go through these in a second. Just know that that's where they are. I don't know if yours is coded.
yes, so that's the filter for the fluorescence light. Because
Got it, yeah, you can hear that.
So
So the Z controls the Z. Is there an automatic control on this computer of the zoom?
yes.
Yes, so the zoom is...
I see right there, zoom. Okay.
Yeah, it's motorized. It'll take it a second to catch up. And we're not in focus. Iris here.
That's the iris. Okay. That's cool. You can control the iris.
Yeah, and you should keep that mostly open, I would say. And then project settings here. Let me stop this. So you'll see that Z is not red because I didn't select it. So I'm going to go up here and click Z, and now this is going to open up a new tab for Z control. All right. Which you're going to want on probably in any case that you're using it. So Z control. You have two ways of controlling Z while it's live. You can either control it with the knob, or what we can do is go here. And you'll notice that when she moved that, this was moving, right?
Yes.
So the other thing I can do is use this jog dial
On the mouse.
on the
Okay.
mouse, which
So-
I like to do.
Ah, that's nice.
Or you can go in here and manually click or type in.
And those, because you went through the reference program at the beginning, those numbers are in theory reproducible.
That's correct. So there's, you know, clearly going to be some limit to that reproducibility
Sure.
in nanometers or something like that, but it should be a good reference point. Now, what looks bad right now? I mean, do you think that's a good looking image to you? So to me, it looks a little yellow,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? So
And it's yellow because there is no filter there.
no, there's no filter.
This is a color camera, so what we're looking at is, in theory, real color.
That's right. So there's a Bayer mask or Bayer filter in front of the sensor.
And the camera is not really at the same focal plane than the eyepiece is.
No.
It's not magnified either, I would assume.
Well, it's not magnified, so there is a lens in the C-mount which is reducing the field of view from the eyepieces, so that it matches the chip size.
But the
Is
focal
it slightly
plane
off?
here, yeah. So if you look, is out of focus.
It's annoying. I don't like when that happens.
Yes, I don't like that either.
Camera versus eyepiece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an annoyance, I have to say.
Trying to think if I can adjust it on this one. You can adjust it on our compound scopes.
Is there any way to move these and no?
You can. It's,
But sometimes you get used to work with a monitor, but
no, we can adjust this. Okay, that looks good in high. How far are we off it?
are we are closer than before.
What about now?
We are still okay.
Is that better though, or worse?
Yes, better.
I want to say we have some kind of spacer that we can use.
Even if it's close, it's okay. It's when it's super off that it's like really annoying, right? It's like,
Yeah.
Yes, it was off. So that's why.
It's one thing to do like a little fine adjustment, it's something to have to like
Yeah, that,
completely
that's
redo the vocal plane.
Make certain you're looking at this image before you take a picture versus.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it got to the point where for me, when I was working microscopes, that I just almost avoided using the eyepiece altogether and just wanted doing microscopes. But it's nice with students if it's